right, so we're recording now. Are you good? Are you recording over there?
No, do I need to?
No, no.
Oh, yeah,
Is
yeah.
it recording on your screen?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Again, once again, welcome to another episode of Beer Fish Fanatics. As you can see here, this is Granny with Pop Fishing. I just hit the record button. We have over here.
Hit with the Fishing Kit YouTube channel.
Nice. So anybody who's listening to this on the podcast, we actually have, I guess you can say, upgraded ourselves a little bit here on our visual aspect for YouTubers and everything to kind of see our background's a little bit nicer. It's not just a stupid wall or, in Kit's case, a closet.
Yeah.
So just to give everybody a heads up, we went up a notch, I guess you could say, that to give the visual aspect a little bit better, right?
Yeah, I think if you guys normally listen to it, you should check out the video for this one.
Yeah, check out the YouTube. Yeah, check out Pop's YouTube channel. All the episodes are posted up on there, visual wise, video wise. If you guys want to see our faces to kind of match the voice, so just kind of gives a heads up. But this week I am actually going to be drinking. I'm going to give a shout out to my brother-in-law Dan out there in Denver. He actually we just took a fishing trip. We'll talk about that in a second, but he actually sent some new beer for me to try out. This one is the Seasonal by Left Hand Brewing. It's a beer, I think it's at Longmont. Yep, Longmont, Colorado. And it's a brewery out there, Left Hand, pretty big. And I'm drinking the Raspberry Milk Stout. That's a lot going on in there.
That is.
So I'm going to find out how this one goes. It's seasonal, so it's not like it happens all the time. So what are you drinking, Kit?
I got an Exile from, I think they're just straight up Des Moines, Iowa. Yep, 50309. I'm drinking a Ruthie.
Oh, nice.
It is a gold lager. Something not too difficult.
Yeah. So I'm gonna, if you guys ever get a chance to get out there to Colorado, go check out Left Hand Brewing Company. The brewer's really nice. We went out there a couple, I want to say 2 or 3 years ago. We were visiting my in-laws, and we went out there, took the kids out there. They have a outdoor facility, which I don't know. Actually, with COVID, I don't know what the deal is there now. But it was so cool because they had so many. They had like cornholes that you can play. You can play like all kinds of games outside. So it's really cool. The brewery's really cool. So, all right, cheers, man. I'm gonna try out this raspberry milk stout. So.
Cheers.
And just so everybody knows, it tastes like a raspberry milk stout. You can just imagine what a stout tastes like. You can just imagine adding a little raspberry to the flavor. It's actually pretty good, different, unique.
I think he gave me one of those too. I think I have one of those.
Yeah, it's a lot of flavors in the mouth. It's good. I mean, I'm a big stout guy, especially as fall and winter's coming. So I do drink quite a bit of stout as the winter days, as it gets colder, obviously. We were talking offline earlier. I was telling you guys got to try it. So anyways, listen to this. Try this out. Get in good stout. I would recommend getting if you're in Central Iowa or anything, Westo Cocoa Stout. Or even a Guinness. If you're anywhere, get a good stout and try this for dessert, adult dessert. All right. My wife, she swears by it. This is her favorite, I guess you can say, dessert. Get a nice stout. Heavy stout's probably better, but get a nice stout. Get some homemade vanilla ice cream. When I say homemade, I guess you can go buy it at a store, whatever ice cream, but get the best vanilla ice cream you've ever had or whatever, and put a scoop into your stout, and you will be amazed. I tried it before once, and it's pretty damn good. It's an adult dessert, and it's like a root beer. It's a root beer technically in a sense, but it works, man. I'm telling you, the stout with the vanilla ice cream, it works. So you gotta try it, Kit. So I told you about that. You gotta try it next time, man.
All right.
Anybody try this one out? If you guys get a chance, seasonal beer, Left Hand Brewery, the raspberry milk stout. But as I was mentioning earlier, we actually just got back from well, you were longer than me. I was there only like 4 days. It was we took a weekend trip. We met out with actually my in-laws down there from Colorado, and it's halfway between in Kansas. And we went down there for a fishing trip. So I was down there about 4 days. I think you were. How many days were you in Kansas for?
I think I got there Wednesday. Yeah, but I went to a different lake before I met you guys up.
We're just trying, we like to travel a little bit, try some new places, and we like this lake that we went to in Kansas because it's the pressure obviously is not as big as here in central Iowa, and also it's just we love it out there because we get cabins out there. It's really secluded, and we bring the kids and the family and everything, so they get an opportunity to just run around. But the fishing is phenomenal. If you haven't followed us on Instagram or Facebook or even a fishing, our YouTube channel and everything, definitely follow us on Instagram. Follow Fishing Kit. Is it Fishing Kit 85, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So at Fishing Kit 85, follow him on his Instagram. Follow me on the Instagram on Ma Pop Fishing. All you need to do is just go at Ma Pop Fishing. So look us up, and you will see the pictures that we caught of the fish down there. It was very educational for me because I got a chance to try a lot of new things. Because I fished with you the whole weekend, didn't I?
Yeah, I think it was me and you. Like everybody, like basically grouped up, and we all hit different areas of the lake. But yeah, I think you were with me the whole time.
Yeah, and what he was saying right there, anybody who takes trips with family or a bunch of friends, if you don't have a boat, that's a little bit different because we were shore fishing, and this is the crazy thing that we caught all our fish, obviously, shore fishing, and we pretty much goes to show you don't need a boat to catch fish and big fish on top of that, and
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing that helped us was, as Kate was saying, we split up into teams. I mean, we didn't really plan on it, but we split up into teams of 2 or 3, and we just go, we know specific spots to try out to see if it's, hot or not. And what we did was we call each other up or text each other like, hey, how are you doing? And if somebody was on hit for whatever reason, the fish is there, you got on top of a school, then we can meet up and everybody can join in the fun, I guess you can say. So that's a great technique I think we did. I know, you tell me, how did you feel about the trip? I mean, what did you think that you remember the most?
It's just something in the water. Like those fish, for some reason, I feel like they just fight harder down there. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like the climate's a little, what I mean? It's like 5 hours away for us. So maybe, is the water's just a little bit warmer. I mean, that's probably not it because, the water up here will get just as warm during the summer. But man, those fish fight hard down there.
What we're talking about mostly, because we caught a lot, mostly was white bass, and I agree with Kit here that because we catch a lot of white bass here in Iowa, central Iowa. There's tons of white bass you can go and catch, but for some reason, like Fishing Kit was just saying, those suckers, they're like a pound and a half. I mean, they're large too. They're very thick. They're very, very thick.
Yeah. I
White
think
bass.
a lot of them push 2 pounds
Yeah.
actually. They got some big whites down there.
Yeah, and I think because every time at the beginning, the first day we were there or really fishing, that kid was hitting these white bass, and he was just like, dude, I think I snagged them. I think I snagged a fish. And he said that maybe 3 or 4 times because they were fighting so hard, and they felt like it was it was a snag, but it was just because the white bass were just fighting that hard.
Yeah, it felt like I tail hooked like a carp or tail hooked any fish. That's how hard they were fighting.
And like you said, I think they were pushing 2 pounds. I mean, you guys gotta go look at a 2-pound white bass. It's a pretty large fish. It's a pretty, and I think they, honestly, I think pound for pound, they can hang with any fish up there in regards to fight wise.
Yeah, yeah. I think they were like we didn't weigh any fish, but I think a lot of them were in that 2 pound range.
And we didn't catch any wipers until the last day. We actually stayed longer than we should have. But then we finally got into some wipers, and the wipers were good. I mean, they're like they're pushing almost 5 pounds. I mean, they're a little bit over 4.5 pounds. We caught like 3 of them at the end. Yeah. And they fight like wiper. When you catch a 4 to 5 pound wiper, you got a wiper. It just literally digs and it pulls all kinds of drag on that. So that was fun. What would you say was a turning point? Because, okay, so if people are listening, because every morning Fishing Kid and I went out, we struggled. I don't know if it was whatever the case was. We went out every morning and we struggled every morning. Our bite, we didn't start picking up till maybe 10 or 11 a.m. What do you think the cause could be, or or is just us bad luck, or what? What do you think?
Well, I think it has a lot to do with the bait fish because, every time I try to get bait, I was saying it's hard to get shad in the mornings. And then, because I think the shad they must push out like deeper overnight. And then in the mornings, they wait until things warm up. Because every time I try to get shad in the morning, I could not find any shad. And we also did not catch very many fish in the morning. But once things warmed up to like 10, 11. Yeah, I think I'd say most days is like around 11,
Yeah.
10 to 11 o'clock. That's when we start hitting fish. And then I'd see more bait fish. And then that's when I start seeing shad and stuff pop up.
We got yelled at, or I got yelled at. We're supposed to be back for lunch, but then, like Kayla just said, we were out there all morning, like, what the heck is going on? Can't catch anything. All of a sudden, the bite picks up, and like, oh, lunchtime. Like, oh, shit. But when the bite's on, when everybody knows, everybody listening to this or watching it definitely knows. Yeah, 3 more casts. 3 more casts ends up being 45 minutes. We all know that. We all been there, and it happened to us every single day. And
yeah, it's like, do we leave? Do we leave to go eat lunch while the fish are starting to bite? Yeah. That was a contention we had to deal with.
We literally had that conversation, dude. We haven't had a bite like this in a while. Do we leave to go eat?
Yeah.
And we stayed an extra 45 minutes. It's okay. I got a little butt chewing from the boss, but it
okay.
is. But she saw we brought dinner that day, so in a way, it matches. So, but also what I learned from this trip a lot, I think, was what to use in regards to lure wise, because I normally don't fish with spoons or Castmasters really, open water wise, that is. And I think Kit definitely sold me on it. I'll tell you this for sure, because I believe every fish I caught this trip was off of a spoon, Castmaster spoon. So, and I was definitely reluctant a little bit at the beginning until I saw, obviously, Fishing Kit was just slamming them. I think it was at the Causeway.
Yeah, the Causeway.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, dang it. And then I gave into it. And then I almost wanted to give up because I was struggling too at the beginning. You saw me when I was using the spoon for a while. I was literally next to you, literally using the same lure, casting it same spot, but I couldn't catch. And I just didn't give up. So that was the one thing, because I think we had a episode or two ago talking about, if you don't have confidence in it, sometimes you give up a little bit too quickly. So, but luckily I had you and Fishing Kit with me, because I saw him catch with it. So then obviously it worked. So I didn't give up on it. And then it ended up being the moneymaker for me all weekend, and I think it's one of those things, try something new and don't give up on it too soon. I think that was the one thing that I learned for sure.
Yeah, that the first night we were using jigs, because I don't really throw spoons at night, because it's more of a spoons are more of like a flash, like a sight, like a reactionary bite. Yeah. After that first night, it was spoons all the way.
Yeah.
And try jigs again here and there, but I don't know. Spoons are easy. You just throw it, cast, or you just cast it and reel. That's it.
Yeah, and I didn't really use any plastics, but the thing was, my brother-in-laws and my friend, they were all using plastics. So don't get me wrong, plastics was working because they were smacking them too. So it wasn't just like, all use spoons and casties only. No, they were using that and they were smacking them just as much as us, if not a little bit more. I think the crazy thing is, like I said, it's just, it almost didn't matter as long as if you were where the fish were at, and if you threw something in, like Fishing Kit always says, you throw something that mimics what they normally eat, you're gonna catch. They're gonna bite, because
match the hatch.
Yeah, and our friends and my families were using stuff that mimic literally little shad, and those plastics or whatever. And obviously they were catching. I think, and as Fishing Kit was saying, we were using spoons that flashes like little shad, when swimming around. So I think definitely worked. So it was cool. It was super fun, and I'm so glad that we got an opportunity to get a lot of fishing in. But it was good getting family time in. But the cool thing was, fishing kit. This is the thing. I'm going to hold him to this. He almost didn't bring his catfish pole one day. Actually, the whole trip. And my nephew bugged the crap out of fishing kit. Like, I want to use your catfish pole, because we took our catfish pole, but we just, for some reason, we just like, we're so busy trying to catch the whites, wipers, crappies, whatever, and we're like, we're not gonna catfish. I think it was the second to the last night, right? Yeah, it was the second to the last night. Actually, no, it was the last night. I'm sorry,
It's the last night.
It was the last night. So my nephew bugged fishing kit enough to like, damn it, all right, I'll just take one pole out. So he takes one pole, and this is the crazy thing. So we're fishing, and we were catching white bass, and all of a sudden, fishing kit's like, all right, I'll cut up a piece of bait. I'm telling you guys had to see him. He was not like, whatever, he was just like, probably not gonna catch catfish, whatever. It was, I'll do this just for your nephew type of thing. So,
yeah.
So he cut up a white bass, a small little white bass, and chucks it out. And I kid you not, I want to say within less than 20 minutes.
I think it was like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it might have been like 10 minutes. It got bit, and it got bit hard. And to see my little nephew to reel, dude, this was his first huge catfish. And this is huge, by the way, everybody. Yeah. So this is huge catfish.
Yeah, it was the biggest channel cat that I've ever seen in person. So it was 33, 34 inches. I thought it was a blue catfish at first.
So everybody knows we released it. We were arguing like, that's not channel, that's a blue. But you know what? When in doubt, it's okay to release the fish. Yeah. So we were in doubt, and like Fishing Kid said, we weren't sure, because I think what's the limit there for the blues? Do you know?
36 inches. That's a big fish. See, they're trying to establish a a healthy population. That's why the limit's so high. Mm-hmm. But if you're not sure what a fish is, you should throw it back.
Yeah, don't risk getting caught by DNR or getting a fine and penalty because you kept a fish that was literally 3-inch lower than the limit, and just because you weren't 100% on the species. So
yeah, it's up to you to be able to ID a fish. And if you can't tell the DNR like, oh, I didn't know. It's like, well, here's your ticket, now you know.
Yep, exactly. That's exactly what would happen. You didn't know, but now you will know. So
yeah,
it's one of those things I highly recommend. If you're not 100% sure, just release it. Worst case scenario, you can catch that fish next year and it'll be 2 or 3 inches bigger. You got to think of it that way in a sense, and then you don't get a fine or get in trouble, because that would ruin your trip. You know what I'm saying? Because if we would have kept that, let's just say for whatever reason, even though it was a channel, if it was a blue, let's say DNR came, checked it, nope, you get a penalty, a fine or whatever, that would ruin your trip,
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we already had plenty of fish to eat. There was no need to be greedy or anything like that. But it was fun just to see. I don't know, do you have a picture of it at all by chance that you can show?
Right
there.
Yeah. It's kind of a bad picture.
Yeah, but you're moving the wrong way, man.
Yeah, but it's backwards.
There you go. So we actually, there you go. Fishing Kid's showing that. Yeah, it was enormous. Because my little nephew, he's probably barely 5 foot. No, he's not 5 foot, is he? He's probably he's shorter than that. I think 4 foot something. But
he's probably like 4'10" or something.
Yeah. So you can tell when he lifted up, it was literally half his body. It was huge, and
it was like up to his like chest.
Yeah,
from the ground.
This is the thing, and I love what Kid did. You know what? He didn't even want to take his catfish pole, but he took it out. But to see the smile on my nephew's face, and then to see him, oh, now I understand why you fish for catfish.
Oh yeah. Let me tell them the little story. So this guy, he watches my YouTube videos, and I've been doing a lot of catfishing videos, and he's like, man, all you do is catch catfish. I'm tired of catfish. It's boring, and he doesn't understand the allure of catfish. Mm. And then, so he kept bugging me on how to use my catfish rigs. So earlier in the day, I just tied a sinker on, had him and his cousin just practice throwing it around and stuff. When he finally talked me into throwing out a cat line out, he's like bugging me, and I'm like I'm just trying to catch white bass, just moving around, trying to catch white bass and stuff. And then I was like, all right, I'll bring out a catfish rod. So I walk him through it, how to, what the bait clicker was and how to use a circle hook.
Mhm.
So I was just explaining to him, when a fish bites it, this thing is called a bait clicker. It's gonna pull the line out, and all you gotta do is pick it up and just start reeling. Like, don't jerk it like you do with a normal fish. And then 10 minutes later, all of a sudden, like, zzz, 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 zzz. So I run over there, and like he's running over there. And then I was like, all right, Hudson, all you gotta do, remember, just pick it up and start reeling. Just start reeling. And then he just listened to me, and then the fish was on. And then like you see, like he was like hanging on for dear life, and it was about to pull him in the water. So I go there, I'm holding the rod up for him while he reels, and then I could tell like this was a huge fish. And like I wasn't sure. I was like, man, I wonder if this can't be a regular channel cat. I was thinking maybe it was a blue cat or like maybe a big flathead, maybe a striper, because they used to stock them in there. I don't think they stock them in there anymore, but you never know. And then when that thing came on shore, I was like, oh my god! Like I thought it was a blue. That's how big it was.
It was 38. Like I say, anyway, go look at a 33-inch fish, man. I don't care what kind of fish it is. Go look at 33 inches. It's a monster. And then to see that channel wise, like you said, I don't think I've ever seen anything like that size at all. Channel cat.
Yeah, that was a master angler for Kansas.
Nice. I think it's master angler here too.
30-inch. Yep, it's master angler here, but ours is only 30 inches. But down there it's 33.
Oh, so perfect. Oh man, we should.
We didn't take good pictures. We didn't take good pictures.
So they can't submit it. You don't think?
You gotta like take pictures with the measuring tape and all that stuff.
Oh, we should have done that. We didn't even think about it. We were too excited. So just so everybody knows, this was the moment we had maybe about 8, 9 of us there, and we're just fishing at night, right, a little bit after dawn has set, and just having all that. We probably had like 5, 6 kids with us, and you can just imagine the chaos that was happening when somebody reels in a 33-inch, catfish that we've never seen that size. So we're a little excited, too much to measure it out, to take pictures like that. So is what it is, man. But other than that, man, we had a good trip. We can talk a little bit more about it. And then we'll end this episode here, and then next week maybe we'll do a little bit more. I may have a little bit more beer left if you want to drink a little bit more, Kit, and we can do another episode. And then after that, just give everybody's a little, I guess, foreshadowing. We're gonna have some guests join us here in the next couple of weeks, so hopefully you guys will stay tuned to that. All right. So other than that, man, cheers, brother.
Cheers.